It looked like Jimmy Haslam has this task cut out for him because fans is demanding Kevin Stefanski be fired today. Kevin Stefanski has lost all ability to call plays offensively. Why is he still the coach? I don't know. But one thing I can tell you is that the people in the great city of Cleveland is sick and tired of it.
Cleveland is in chaos. The fans are furious. The locker room is tense. And the media can't stop talking about one thing. The Browns head coach, Kevin Stefanski, is under fire like never before. After another crushing loss, Browns Nation has made it crystal clear. It's time for owner Jimmy Haslam to step in and fire Kevin Stefanski immediately. Why? Because many fans and analysts believe Stefanski isn't just losing games. They believe he's actively sabotaging one of the team's most promising young stars, rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders.
I'm over it. I'm over everything. You're 2-7. It's the most poorly coached team in the league. Penalties, turnovers, poor special teams, mistake-filled. They ran the play to try and draw you off sides, and you got drawn off sides. Kevin Stefanski's got to wear this. It's on him. His team is so poorly coached. Offensively, yeah, big deal. They were a little better. Gabriel is erratic. He's skittish. He takes too many sacks. I mean, anybody can hold the ball to try and not get intercepted, but 6 sacks is you might as well throw too big.
The Browns' latest loss to the New York Jets wasn't just another disappointing Sunday. It felt like the breaking point. The team looked lifeless, unprepared, and offensively clueless. Once again, Kevin Stefanski's play calling came under fire for being unimaginative and flat. And once again, his loyalty to quarterback Dylan Gabriel left fans shaking their heads. As boos rained down from the stands and chants for Shedeur Sanders echoed through the stadium, it became clear. Cleveland has lost all patience. Social media exploded in the aftermath. Browns fans flooded X, Reddit, and sports talk radio demanding action. And at the center of it all was one message. Jimmy Haslam needs to fire Stefanski today.
Would Kevin Stefanski rather get fired or play Shedeur Sanders? If you go to Shedeur, you have no other play to make. And I suppose that with a very young quarterback like Gabriel, you can go back to him because, how dare he? What room does he have to say anything about it? But it's still really absurd that they're at a place now where it's just like, hey, man, we have nothing else that we can do. And so once you push the Shedeur button, at once you better hope he balls. But on the other hand, if he does, that's not a good look either. So basically, why don't they just go ahead and fire that man right now?
It's a stunning fall from grace. Stefanski, once celebrated for ending Cleveland's playoff drought and stabilizing the franchise, is now being accused of destroying it from within. Critics argue that Stefanski has lost the locker room, lost the fan base, and most importantly, lost his football instincts. The same coach once praised for offensive innovation now seems paralyzed, calling predictable plays, showing no adaptability, and ignoring the obvious solution sitting on the bench in Shedeur Sanders. Many fans now believe that continuing to play Dylan Gabriel is not just a mistake. It's a deliberate act of stubbornness that borders on sabotage.
I think it's going to happen sooner rather than later. I understand wanting to give Dylan Gabriel a good amount of time. And now it's been 5 starts. He's going to get number 6 against the Ravens on Sunday. That's about when I think you can say, okay, not that you can get a full evaluation of a player in 6 weeks, given the difficult situation he's working with and the lack of talent around him. But that feels like a decent sample size. And then I think it's a legitimate discussion inside the building. All right, it's now the time to go to Shedeur Sanders. But we have to remember the receivers aren't getting any better with Shedeur Sanders, right? The protection's probably not getting better with Shedeur Sanders. Now, you can have a apples-to-apples comparison with Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. And okay, you got the same group around you. Does Sanders look better? Does he hang in the pocket better? Is he more accurate?
Dylan Gabriel's performance has been the single biggest source of outrage. He's been given every opportunity to prove himself, yet the results remain underwhelming. Missed reads, erratic throws, and an offense that struggles to find rhythm. The numbers and the eye test both tell the same story. Despite this, Stefanski refuses to budge. Week after week, he declares Gabriel his starter, telling reporters he will roll with Dylan no matter what. To fans, those words sound less like confidence and more like defiance. In one viral moment, after Gabriel overthrew a wide-open receiver, the home crowd erupted into chants of Shedeur, a sound that summed up everything wrong with the Browns' current situation. The frustration isn't just about one bad throw. It's about what that decision represents. A coach seemingly more interested in proving a point than winning football games.
Coach, for now, Stefanski says that Dylan Gabriel will remain the starting quarterback.
Well, I wonder if Shedeur is even going to play at all this year. Boy, I want to see him. That's all we have left. But Aaron, I don't know. We throw him in there. Is it? What does he have to
What does
gain?
anybody expect that he'd be able to do that's different than, is he going to prevent Cam Thomas from jumping offside on the dumbest play of the season?
Do you think Coach Prime would want his son to be in one of the worst offenses in football, not just the NFL?
See, I think this is all part of what's going on with Shedeur. Riz, I guess that Coach Stefanski would rather get fired than play Shedeur Sanders, because I think that's where we're
Aaron,
at.
it's not his call.
I'm sorry.
It's not his call.
The triumvirate would rather get fired.
I don't know.
Shedeur Sanders wasn't supposed to be a backup story. Coming out of college, he brought star power, leadership, and sky-high potential. Fans were excited to see what he could do in brown and orange, a quarterback with composure, arm talent, and charisma that could finally change Cleveland's narrative. But 10 weeks into the season, Sanders has barely seen the field, and fans have had enough. Online discussions have shifted from disappointment to outright suspicion. Many believe Stefanski is intentionally keeping Sanders sidelined, not for football reasons, but for personal or political ones. Some think Stefanski doesn't want a rookie outshining him or drawing attention away from his system. Others suspect there's an ego battle, that Stefanski is so determined to prove his system works with his guy that he'd rather lose than admit Sanders might be better. The conspiracy theories have grown louder every week. Fans now talk about sabotage, tanking, and coaching politics. For years, Haslam has been criticized for being too quick to fire coaches, but this time, the opposite may be true. Fans argue that Haslam's patience has gone too far, and that every week he allows Stefanski to run this offense is another week wasted. Cleveland media and national pundits alike are saying the same thing. This is no longer about play calling, it's about leadership. As the owner, Haslam is now in the hot seat. Fans are pleading with him to take control before the season completely collapses. They believe that if Haslam truly cares about building a winning culture and protecting his investment in Shedeur Sanders, he needs to act. Every day Stefanski remains head coach feels, to many fans, like another day of lost potential. The Cleveland Browns are standing at a crossroads. On one side is the continuation of a painful status quo, an offense stuck in neutral, a fan base in revolt, and a locker room losing faith. On the other side is change, bold, risky, but necessary. Kevin Stefanski's refusal to play Shedeur Sanders has turned into the biggest controversy of the season. Whether it's stubbornness, ego, or something deeper, fans believe it's sabotaging the team. And now, all eyes are on Jimmy Haslam. The fans have delivered their message loud and clear. Fire Kevin Stefanski. Free Shedeur Sanders. Save the Cleveland Browns. Until Haslam acts, the storm in Cleveland won't calm, and every passing week may be one step closer to losing not just games, but the future of the franchise itself.